I want to move in the spirit, I say off every sound. If it's not working, it's not working. Because people can hear sound and fall down. How about the man who is deaf? The compelling power. Ah. In Psalm 66 verse 3, it says, say unto the Lord, how terrible are thy works. That's the kind of power we are talking about. It says, through the greatness of thy power, thy enemies submit themselves to you. They were not advised, they won't hear it. They were not motivated, they won't hear it. They were not manipulated, they won't hear it. The only thing that will cause them to come on their knee and to worship him before the cross is through the greatness of his power. He said, through the magnitude of thy power, thy enemies had no choice. See, they tried other alternatives, it didn't work. When God begins to move, they come with gossip. And then the power is too strong. And then you graduate from gossip. And then they go with negative expectations and prophecies. It will soon fail, don't worry. And then you go beyond it. And then they come with direct confrontation and persecution. And then you still go. When everything is done and dusted and it doesn't work, then they come to you and say, I celebrate you. I celebrate you. Through the greatness. It's not English language that takes men there. It is something in God called power. He said in Exodus 3:20, I will strike the whole of Egypt with my signs and with my wonder. Then he will let you go. Nothing moves until power is released. That's why he said the gospel is not excellency of speech. He said, when I came unto you declaring the counsel of God, I did not come with excellency of speech. I came with the demonstration of spirit and power. If it is divine agenda, the number one thing is power. If power have not manifested, the compelling force will not be there. They will hear you, they will enjoy your message, they will still go back doing what they are doing. The Bible said when David became mighty in God, he said daily men joined themselves to David until his host became like the host of God. His host, that was a man. His host became like the host of God. Who was David? A boy in a family of 8 that was forgotten. When God came to the family through the prophet, they didn't think he was worthy. They looked at him, they said, no, if God wants to use everybody, it can't be David. David doesn't look like it. Eliab had stature. They had different credentials. David had no credential. He was in the backside of the woods. But when the time came, he was the one God nominated. And when that power came on him, whether he was educated, it was not a factor. Whether he was popular, it was not a factor. Whether he was learned, it was not a factor. Power was the foundation of reality. And when Saul wanted to kill him, David did not run looking for fraternity. He was in a cave called Adullam. And to make things worse, it was not soldiers that came to David. I thought the troop he commanded in the army of Saul will come to support him. They neglected him. He said 400 broken and battered men who were in debt. 400 broken and battered men who were in debt. These were the kind of men that came to David. But when David saw them, he knew what made him. And if I can introduce them to what made me, they will become like me. And a point came, 400 broken and battered men. The Bible said, and Adoni, who was of the Tachomite, one of the first 3 in rank, he said he took a spear and he slew 800 men. How can a broken and battered man take such feat? Something had entered him. Something had entered him. Because the power we talk about is not psychology. The power we talk about is not philosophy. The power we talk about is not sociology. It's the power of God. Something came upon him. He said, Eliezer, the son of Dodo, once upon a time, Israel was fighting to defend the land. And he said the whole army of Israel ran, but he stood his ground. A point came, one of them was stronger than an army.